Hey, it's your boy, the Killer Bee, checking in from post production. I'd been avoiding recording lately because I was fighting a nasty sinus infection, and I am very self conscious about my nasally voice. I know it's nasally anyway, and then anytime I'm dealing with any kind of upper respiratory thing, my voice goes all to hell, and I just don't like to record when I'm stopped up. Unfortunately, it's fall allergy season, and it's just going to be what it's going to be. Apologize for the voice. It's the best I can do right now, and hope it doesn't distract you too much. Thanks.
This content was created purely for entertainment and informational purposes. The creators of this vlog do not endorse drinking and driving, debauchery, underage drinking, public intoxication, speeding, street racing, or any other form of delinquency. I'm just a guy, with a drink, talking about cars. Please don't take this too seriously.
Back once again, it's your boy, the Killer Bee, the Fat Man, the Africanized Honeybee, the Car Guy Blog 05 at gmail.com guy, at 05car on Twitter, at 05car on Instagram, at 05car on Facebook, the word zero, Z-E-R-O, the number 5, fifth, the word car, C-A-R. Flying solo today. May isn't with me, but she'll be back soon. So, it's Saturday, October 15th. What a day. Got up early and went to work this morning, and you're like, work on a Saturday? Yeah, work on a Saturday. I run the drone program for my community college, and those classes are on Saturdays, so sometimes I have to go in to make sure the drone instructor's up and running, as far as getting the drones out of the room where they're locked and making sure the classroom is unlocked, etc., etc. But I also had a meeting this morning because we're finally getting our drone soccer team going, and so I was happy to meet with some kids and some parents this morning to set up some times when we can start building our soccer drones and get that program going, and that's going to eat up some Saturdays too. I came home, did some homework because, again, I'm still in grad school, so I did a little bit of work on one of my assignments, and then I decided it's Saturday, it's October, it's 70 degrees outside, and I'm not going to make today's football game, but I might as well go have some fun, so I grabbed my Mavic Mini and a couple of my model rockets, and I went out and did a couple of rocket launches. And I was going to launch 3 times, and I changed my mind and decided to just launch twice, and I'm really glad I only launched twice. It's fall in North Carolina. It was warm today, but it was also a little bit breezy. And even though I was launching the rockets on the A83s, which is, anybody who knows anything about model rockets knows that that's not much of a, that's the baby motor. Technically, that's the motor you use to test to make sure your rocket's stable and all the parts work right. Very low altitude, couple hundred feet max, especially if it's a larger, heavier type rocket. But whenever it's windy, and I'm also flying on a youth-sized football field, so it's not a very large area, surrounded by trees, I always try to go with the low power. First rocket went up. It was a Javelin, which carries a little piggyback styrofoam glider. And the Javelin didn't go up that high. It is a smaller rocket, so on A8 power, it gets reasonably high, but it didn't get super high. But it got scarily close to my drone, because of wind and the direction it shifted and everything. It got a little closer to the drone than I would like to have it. But ejection charge blows, and the styrofoam glider separates. And I'm expecting this thing's going to, spiral. Nope. It takes off dead straight, glides perfectly, but it's gliding with the wind, and it just flies right out of sight into the woods. And I mean, it chose the longest path to the woods. It probably flew at least a quarter mile in the air and just vanished kind of over the horizon. And in fact, it's small enough that I couldn't see it on either of the cameras. The drone was facing the ground, so it wasn't going to see it. But I had a GoPro mounted at the base of the launcher, and I had a GoPro on my hat. And I went back and reviewed the video. You can't see the glider. The glider's there when the rocket goes up, and then you don't see it anymore. Now, with my naked eyes, I saw it glide off into the distance. I know what direction it went. I went over there with the drone, and I went over there on foot. But it's clear that it cleared both football fields, the practice area behind the two fields, and then on into the woods, and it's gone. Fortunately, javelin replacement gliders are very cheap. They're like $1.99, and I bought several spares. So I have more. It's not a big deal. I'll just remember in the future to only use the javelins on really big fields and only with really low power rockets. The other rocket I launched is a scratch built. It's got like 5 fins on it, but it's really cool and I like it. It's heavy because of all that finnage, but it looks good and I like flying it just because it's a cool looking rocket. I flew the drone around a little bit. Like I said, I went looking for my glider from the Javelin, couldn't find it, flew the drone around a bit, and I came on back to the house. My Aggies are beat the hell out of Edward Waters, which was not unexpected. I'm pretty sure Edward Waters is a Division II school, and I don't think they're an especially good one. We had a rough start to the season. Losing to Central was bad because we always hate losing to Central. That's like our Super Bowl. Your oldest rival, you hate losing to them. And especially to start the season, it wasn't a good look. Getting beat up by North Dakota State and Duke was expected. I mean, it was expected. The win against South Carolina State, honestly, I found a little bit surprising. I didn't think we would beat them. Then we had the bye week and we got this Division II school. So, no, wait, did we play? We actually played a Big South school, and I can't remember which one, but we're 1-0 in conference. Oh, we played that school up in Rhode Island. So we're actually 1-0 in conference, and next week will be a stiffer test because we'll be playing Campbell, and that should be a much closer game. But I didn't expect the season to be great. I thought it'd be kind of a rebuilding season, and they're looking pretty good, so I can't complain. What else? Yeah, I got invited to speak at a drone conference, which, I don't talk about real life on this channel, but in my real life, I work at a community college and I manage the drone program at that community college. And I've been invited to speak at a regional drone convention held by the FAA. So that promises to be really cool. And it's a good thing I spent a lot of time on this podcast working on my public speaking skills so that I can go sit in front of a group of people, a group of my peers, and discuss goings on in our drone program. So that'll be pretty cool. That's down at NC State University. My soon to be third alma mater. That's weird. Otherwise, I probably need to go out and cut my grass, but I'm not going to do it today. I cut the front. I haven't cut the back yet. The Bermuda is still green, but pretty soon here in the next couple months, it's going to get cool enough that the Bermuda is going to start going into its winter dormancy, and I'll be ready to overseed with some perennial ryegrass, which I don't like, but it stays green through the winter, so that's important. That's all I got. This was basically a rocket day, and rockets and drones, and both professionally and personally, and I had a good time for it to be a Saturday where I had to get up and go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's really all I had. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. I will be back with some longer form stuff. I'm working hard now on Hobbying While Black, which is an episode that heavily features May. The audio for that is recorded. I'm working on the video editing now. Hopefully it'll be ready in a week or two. And then May and I are going to record an episode. I know we're going to record one in early November. Might get another one in before then, but we're scheduled for a sit down in November to record because we've got some. May went on a bourbon run and she brought me back some bourbon, and it's illegal to ship bourbon. It's illegal to ship alcohol to or from North Carolina. So I have to go physically retrieve the stuff, which is not that big a deal. But while we're there, we're going to go ahead and record an episode. So there'll be that, and there will be a bourbon tasting in the near future. That should be fun. That's really all I had this time. I'm out. I'll be back with some longer form stuff soon. If you enjoy my content, please hit the like button. Please share with your friends and hit the subscribe button so you know when I release new content. I'll be back soon. Holla at your boy.